Hi traders, this is Forex Nelson and I'm back today with another 4 trades. One of them was done during the Asian session as I was watching a hockey game, and I was only just trying to grab a few pips, and it was the Aussie yen. And then this morning around 7:15 I did 3 more trades. Today's date is September the 29th, and the 3 other trades were 2 pound pairs that I sold. It was based on pound weakness, and of course I did the Euro CAD. I bought it. All these trades I've done were a great way to trade. I love trading it. One of them did go against me for more than 20 or 30 pips, but I knew the overall direction of the market and the flow of the market, and I knew that it would come back and give me some pips. You must learn how to trade the flow of the market, or else you will fail at trading. And that's exactly what I teach within the training videos, how to trade the flow of the market. So let's run a check through these pairs. On this Aussie yen right here, last night I was just in and out for a few pips. As you can see, I took the trade right here at this cursor, and when it started, no particular reason, I just closed the trade as I just wanted a few pips. And those few pips were only, looks like 5 pips, and 5 pips on the Aussie yen paid $426. And I took it because the Aussie was right at the top and the yen was right at the bottom. And I knew that I would get some pips. And of course, now looking at it, this would have been excellent to follow it on the pullback, manage the trade and let it run through the night. And this would have been a very good example of showing how to trade like with a day job. Get up in the morning with almost 50 pips. And then of course let it run for some more pips, another 20 approximately. Just to let you know, the Aussie yen, it does not move as much as the pound and the euro pairs. The ADR is 67 pips, and today has already hit 83. So I am not expecting another 50 or 100 pips. It is now around 11 o'clock in the morning. It's the London close, but I am definitely done trading, just doing this video. So let's move along. Let's clear up the cursors. Let's see right in here. We can put in number 2. That'll remove the meter. And let's run a check. By the way, I'm using the Pro Trigger. I really like it. And the main reason I really like it is this timing histogram. Once you learn how to trade it, it's great for timing your entries to get in the trade and to close the trade. All my trigger systems are good, and this is just a bit better. So moving right along, let's run a check on this pound New Zealand now. This one gave me a bit of a hard time. That's just the way it goes. I never know which one is going to be a walk in the park. As you can see, these pound pairs will spike around, but looking at the charts at this point in time, I knew it was going to go down, and what I ended up doing was I just had to weather this bit of a storm, and I knew as soon as I saw this wick bouncing off the goal line that it was going to give me a chance to close the trade with some pips. And this is the biggest mistake that traders make. When it starts to go against them, they freak out, 20, 25 or 30 pips, and they close the trade. But I know better. As long as I know the direction of the market and the flow of the market, I know it'll give me an opportunity to close out the trade with a winner. So I got in at this cursor and I finally closed it out, looks like with 14 pips. And 14 pips on the pound New Zealand paid $876. Okay, moving right along to the next pair that I did was the pound Aussie. Let's just drag and drop it up. This one here also did a bit of a pullback, as you can see here. Should have just closed it out right here and wouldn't have to bother with all of this, but that's just the way the market moves. This is another very good example of a great way to trade. I know it's going to go down. That's the overall trend, and let's see at this cursor getting in, and I close it out here, looks like with 18 pips, and 18 pips on the pound Aussie paid $1,239. This is exactly what you have to learn, how to trade the flow of the market, and once you know the flow of the market, sometimes you get a little bit bigger of a pullback. Now the pound pairs will give bigger pullbacks, but if you're doing slower moving pairs, like Aussie dollar, the pairs that do only about 50 pips a day, they move a lot slower, and so they don't jump around a lot like the pound pairs. Okay, the last pair I did was the Euro CAD. Basically, in case you didn't know, the first 8 pairs you see here, I call them my workhorses, and they all move a lot of pips every day. And that's the pairs that I normally focus on. Okay, we'll just drag and drop this up and see where I got in at. Now, this pair moved nicely. It gave me the most number of pips, and now you're looking at exactly why I do more than one trade a day. If I would have done just one trade, for 5 pips, and meanwhile another pair is moving, as you can see on this Euro CAD, the ADR is 75 pips, and today's already done 153. So it moved well past the ADR high here. So there was a buy signal here. I was just a little bit late getting to the party, but I took the trade when I saw that. Took the trade. Didn't go well, went against me. Looks like 5 pips. And of course I closed it out here with 62 pips. And it continued to go a little bit more, but I was looking down at the bottom, and once I got it around this point, I just closed out all the trades at the same time. And that's the main reason I closed it out, because I was happy. You're never going to get in at the beginning of the blue box, and you just never know where the blue box will end. It could go another 30 pips higher. What did I say that was? It was around 62, I remember. 62 pips on the Euro CAD paid $4,653. So if you've been adding up the pips, the pip total today was 99 pips. Almost got 100, and those 99 pips paid $7,195. So another great day trading. A great way to trade using my Pro Trigger system, which does come with 4 templates. Now, if your system is not producing like my Pro Trigger, I suggest you get your hands on it, and to do so, all you got to do is look right below this video and you'll see this right up, the Pro Trigger system. I do charge $250 for it. My Pro Trigger system has 3.5 gigabytes of training, and you'll get an exact copy of my system on your MT4 platform. Now, it does come with 4 MT4 templates, 9 custom indicators, and my favorite meter. I would not trade without it. And remember, not all meters are equal. I had to go through about 12 meters, and finally I came across a good one. This is the best by far. If you have a meter not good, guess what? You're going to give the broker money. Now, there's a lot of PDF books, a lot of Word documents, and that's a way of continuing your education, teaching you how to succeed at trading the markets. Now, there's a lot of ways to trade. I do teach a lot of ways to trade. That's why there's 42 training videos and 9 bonus videos. My number one way of trading, and I trade it pretty much every day, is a great way to trade. I found a very high level of success with it. Now what makes, and by the way, this is a perfect example looking at this chart. You cannot get any better than this. I knew 95%, like nothing is 100%, but it's very, very high that it's going to give me pips. And once you know that you're going to get pips and you know the flow of the market, then you will find success. Now, within these subjects, that's what makes the Pro Trigger just a little bit better than my other trigger systems. Now, in each and every video, I give a lot of advanced training, lots of tips and tricks. I teach how to get near perfect timing entries. I teach how to stay in the trade for more pips, how to trade at the right hand edge, and also teach how to trade higher time frames, both using the AO here, the MTF AO, and it's very easy. It takes 2 seconds or 3 seconds to check 2 or 3 higher time frames. I teach how to do that. Now I also teach how to trade the latest Pro Trigger version. I started with version 1 more than a year, about a year and 4 months ago, and I upgraded it to version number 2. Now, in a lot of these videos, I also teach great trade setups, what you should see just before you pull the trigger. Now I also teach how to back test the Pro Trigger. I still do this every weekend between 6 and 8 hours using the tester within the MT4 platform. You have it also. Also teach how to scan the market. I teach how to trade all 3 sessions here, including this London close. Also teach how to trade pullbacks. Anytime you get a pullback here and here to the goal line and continues with the trend, that's a pullback. But if it breaks through and goes the opposite direction, you know, that's a reversal, which I teach. Also teach how to trade the news, much more difficult than a great way to trade. So I recommend learning a great way to trade first, and then you can try your hand at trading the news. I also teach how to trade with a day job. Showed you a bit of an example of that on my very first trade. Now if you have any questions at all you got to do is pick up the phone and call me. Here's my number. Here's my email address. Remember, there's an underscore right here. I do prefer Skype, and through Skype screen sharing, I will give you a free session that'll probably last about 45 minutes, and I can answer your questions. And of course, over the course of many years, I built 27 trigger systems, and if you want to see screenshots, all you got to do is click on this link. So that just about wraps up this video, and if you like the video, remember, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and please give it a thumbs up. So until the next trade, good luck with your trading, and remember, keep yourself and your family safe. Okay, bye for now.